Hi, welcome to Ski Forever Yoga. I'm Carl. Thanks for joining me on my channel today, where I focus on my two big passions, skiing and yoga, with the goal of helping people ski well into their golden years. Today we're going to focus on our lower back. It's an area that causes a lot of people grief. I've experienced some of it myself. Partly that can be a function of the hip flexors pulling on the lower back, or the glutes as well. So we've got a few quick routines here that'll really help loosen some of that up and protect your back as you head out onto the slopes, or even after a day, to give your back a little refresher at the end of the day so you're ready to go again. So let's start with mountain pose, and then we're going to do some standing spine rolls just to waken up the spine. So from your mountain pose with your shoulders down and your knees lined below your hips, we're going to let your head roll forward and just try to go one vertebrae at a time. Let the weight of your head take you down. And when you go, I've gone about as far as you can. Nice big deep breath. And we'll roll back up. If you can make the breathing, nasal breathing through your nose, that can also help with the relaxation and relax that back a little. Back down, rolling from the weight of the head down. Navel tucked, bending at the hips. And a nice slow roll back up after that deep breath. Back down. Navel tucked. You'll feel that a little bit in the hamstrings too. And rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Waking up that spine. And we'll do one more. Rolling down. Navel tucked into the spine. You can fold your arms if you want. And when you get to the bottom, nice big breath. You can straighten the knees a little bit if you want to get it into the hamstrings a bit more and into those glutes. And then we'll roll back up. So that's waking up the spine. Now we're going to do some hip circles. Very straightforward move. Everyone's done these before. You can have your feet about a foot apart, and we're just going to roll those hips. And this helps lubricate the hips, gets the fluid into the joints. So we'll go one way. You can bend at the knees a little bit. You don't want to be stiff-legged on this one. It's also going to help lubricate those knees a little bit too. And straighten up, and we'll go the other way. This is a movement that you'll experience a lot in skiing. Your hips do a lot of work for you, as do your knees. And this will help loosen up partly those hip joints, those hip flexors, and the glutes a little bit. Take some of the stress off that lower back. And after the circles, the hip circles, we're going to do a chair pose. And as you know, the chair pose, named because it's as if you're sitting in a chair or on a chair. You want to lower the glutes, point that tailbone down towards the ground. You want to be able to see your toes. And once you get into that chair pose, we're going to do some raises up and down. This prepares you for your ski stance. You can put those hands on the hips if you wish. Some people like to do it in a prayer pose, or the arms straight out. But once again, you want the motion mostly to be the glutes going down towards the back, mostly keeping those knees over the heels and not going in front of the toes. You want to protect the knees. You'll get this motion in a lot of your ski turns, but especially in the moguls. And this will warm you up for that specifically, and make sure you take some of the stress off that lower back. Once again, navel tucked, which is what you'll be doing when you're skiing, especially in the bumps, so that you're protecting that lower back. So that's your chair pose pulses. And now we're going to do a low lunge that's going to open up these hip flexors. So let's go with the left foot forward. We're going to come down onto the mat. You want to put your top of your right foot on the mat, and then you want to open this up. A little bit of a hip turn in, and you'll feel that through the hip flexors. You open up those hip flexors, it gives the lower back a little more room. From a lot of activity cyclists get this a lot as well. Those hip flexors tighten up, pulls the lower back. So this is going to open it up. Low lunge with a reach. And you want to make sure you're getting some of the weight onto the top of that foot so that it's not all in the knee, and that even opens it up further. To come out of this, you can put your hands down, lift off the back foot, and we'll swing around and do the other side. This time, right foot forward. We'll come down onto the mat, onto the top of the back foot. Knee at a 90. We'll open it up and we'll reach. Once again, you'll feel that through the hip flexor. Opening up that hip flexor so that you give your glutes and your lower back a little more room. Of course, we're breathing all the time. And when you want to come out of it, hands on the ground, lift up that back knee and step up to the front. And back into mountain pose. And we're going to do a few standing twists. You can just do left and right. And that's a motion. Obviously, you'll be using all day long on the slopes. So you now should feel that you've opened up some space, given your lower back a little protection. And let's get onto the mat on our backs just to do a little counter flex here. We'll roll back down. We'll bring our knees in and feel that lower back. Make sure it's flat on the floor. Draw circles on the ceiling with your knees one way, and then the other way. This is just counterflexing, especially from that low lunge. And we'll come up and into our child's pose. Knees out to the width of the mat, hands forward, and we'll lower the glutes onto the hips, forehead onto the mat. And once again, creating some space, especially in that lumbar back, the lower back. And we'll come back up into our easy seat to wrap this routine up. Ready to go. We've protected our back. We've got the blood circulating and flowing. We've opened up the glutes. We've opened up the hip flexors, and that lower back is protected. Time to have a great day on the slopes. Thanks for joining me. Look forward to seeing you on your mat again soon. Thank you.